Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Coco McMillan Show. You may have seen her in Morocco, New York City, Los Angeles, California, Detroit, Philadelphia, Chicago, Las Vegas, Nevada. One of the background singers for Mickey Howard and the late, great Gerald Levert. Ladies and gentlemen, your host, the beautiful, the wonderful, the spectacular, Miss Coco McMillan.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Coco McMillan Show, where we make it happen. I am your host tonight, Miss Coco McMillan, and this show is bringing some amazing flavor to the virtual talk show circuit, featuring our national and our local recording artists. This platform is designed for you, for business owners, for artists, for social media gurus, for physical and mental health awareness, for organizations, social organizations. All you guys, it is for you. We want you to be a part of the show. This show gives you the opportunity to come on the show and talk about what you're doing, your product, your career, your goals, your new challenges, new opportunities, and awareness. So it's designed for you. If you want to be a part of the Coco McMillan Show, please reach out to me at Coco McMillan Music at gmail.com. Again, that's Coco McMillan Music at gmail.com, or you can reach me on any other social media platforms. I am here for you. Reach out to me so you could be a part of the show. We want you to bring your experience, your knowledge to the show. We believe here in this show of sharing. You're promoting your journey, because millions of souls, I say this every week, millions of souls can be blessed just by your testimony. So we want you to come on the show and share that with us. We're streaming live on the IBM network, on YouTube, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. Also, if you're there in your home and you have a Roku TV, please go to download this. Download Pod TV. Check it out. Pod TV Live. You can download it. It's free, and you can watch it right there in your homes. Also, on your laptop, you can go to www.podtv.tv, and you can watch it there as well. So I am so excited and so grateful for what God is doing for this show, because, again, it allows you to come and share the information. Each one teach one. It's all about promoting each other. And that's what this show is all about. And the guests that we've had on here thus far for the last, I think, 2 years have been absolutely amazing. We're going to do a gala towards the end of the year and invite all our guests to the function. It is going to be so amazing. I can't wait till that happens. So listen, while you're here watching, go ahead and put in the chat. It's time for the roll call. Let me know where you're watching from. We got my girl on here tonight, Jocelyn. She's going to bring it. I cannot wait to talk to her. Hi, Jacqueline. Jacqueline, good evening, sweetheart. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, my girl Jocelyn is here tonight. Can't wait to share this information with her, the connection specialist. I love it. So listen, we're going to give you some time to go ahead and text somebody, to call them, whatever you have to do, and let them know that you're about to spend the next hour with your girl, Coco McMillan, and the show is going to be lit. Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. I can't say that anymore. My young folks got on me the other day. They was like, Coco, we don't say lit anymore. We say it's going to be W or something like that. Taylor, if you're listening, if I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Taylor, but it's going to be W something, whatever that is. But it's going to be off the chain. I don't think I can say that either. But you guys know what I'm talking about. So go ahead and put in the chat where you watching from, all that good stuff. And while we on this about Terrell, listen, everyone that's out there watching, go ahead and share the broadcast, like, comment, all that good stuff. Please do that. But while we're talking about Miss Terrell, I've said week after week, last week, I told you that she's going to the third round to the Apollo. Congratulations again to Terrell, 16 years old. She went up to New York City at the Apollo Amateur Night and represented North Carolina. Fayetteville, North Carolina, you guys should be so proud of Terrell. She is from Fayetteville. She's going to the third round, and we need your support. So all of my friends, all of the people out there that say they love me, you my girl, Coco, all this good stuff, I need you to do me a big favor, because I've been talking about this on the show, and we've had a couple of supporters. So thank you so much for all that, the ones that have, but I need you to do me a big favor tonight. By tomorrow, I need 50 of my friends to donate $20. $20. 20. I know sometimes I go to all these fast food places, and I spend $20 in the course of a day, which I shouldn't. I'm not doing that anymore. But this is for a good cause. Again, she's 16. She's going there representing North Carolina. I know that she's going to bring that third week home once she go on August the 16th. I know she's going to win again. Then there's going to be one more round for the finals, but we want to support her. It takes the funds. It takes for the flights, the hotel, and all this good stuff. So I need 50 of my friends, 50 to donate tonight. $20. That's all I'm asking for. I normally don't get on and do this like this, but if you're watching, you feel it in your heart. And if you don't have 20, give what you can. But we're asking for $20. I need to hit this 50 number by Friday for her. Can we do this? Actually, really by tomorrow, but can we please do this for her? $20. I put the information. It's in the chat there. You can see her Cash App information. They have the GoFundMe page. So you can do $ Terrellyn Harris. You see it there. Please support Terrellyn Harris. $ Terrence Harris. That's through Cash App. And if you don't have Cash App and you need another way of giving, inbox me or unbox Rosalind Ricketts. Okay, that's Rosalind Ricketts, or inbox me and let me know, Coco, is there another way that I can give? And we'll make sure we get that information to you. But 50 of my friends, I need you to do this for me. Donate the $20 and inbox me. Let me know that you've done that. Can you do that for me? I appreciate it. If you can't say amen in the chat, say it in the chat. But yeah, so listen. As I said earlier, we have a great show lined up for you tonight. I see all you guys out there. Liza. Hi, Miss Liza. That is my Carrie friend. Oh my God, from the heart of Carrie Association. Amazing woman. Listen, we got to get her on the show. So Liza, if you're listening, we're going to be calling you about coming on the show. We have a Heart of Carrie event that's coming up in August, and Coffee Cafe will be doing the catering for that event. So my coffee shop, it's called Coffee Cafe. We are located in the Amtrak station, 211 North Academy Street in Cary, North Carolina, inside the Amtrak station. So we'll be catering that event for the Heart of Carrie Association. So Liza, it's so good to see you on. Robin, Francis, Evans, thank you so much for joining. I love Cass. Thank you. Thank you for everyone that's joining every week. You know, I know you don't have to do it, but you do it. And I really, really appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. I really do. So thank you so much for joining. Thank you for your comments. You know, on Tuesday, we was here. This past Tuesday, we had my girl Gina Law, and she brought some great information. She has a book that's out now. Please go out and support her. It's called It Shouldn't Have Been Me. You got to get that book. Okay, it's amazing. She also have a product called Bella Couture, where she does her natural products, the oils, the facials, the hair, all that package in one. So make sure you reach out to Gina as well. And that's what this show is about. It's about supporting each other. You know, what we can do for you, I'm here to help, and the same here. And I think if we do that as a community, we will be so much further as a community, as a culture, as a city, as a state, all that good stuff. So just do me that favor. Support. Make that your main goal this week. Support somebody, okay? Support somebody. So thanks to all you guys. But listen, we are going to go ahead and get started. This young lady just had a birthday last week, and I'll let her come on and talk about more about her birthday party and the things that she done on her birthday. But she's an amazing woman of God. I feel like I've been knowing her forever. Miss Jocelyn, man, she's excellent achievements in both nursing and coaching. With over 3 decades of distinguished nursing service, she has garnered incomparable level of expertise that have made her an authority in healthcare industry. She now focuses on her passion project, which is called the Connection Specialist. The organization exists to provide guidance, support, mentorship to women in the midlife transitions and Christian female healthcare professions. She's the CEO of the Connection Specialist. Her ability to leverage her wealth of experience and extensive knowledge in coaching, counseling, and positive impacting countless women who have had the privilege to work with her. I'm telling you, when you hear her talk, you are going to be just blown out because she has so much knowledge, so much skills. She is originally from DC. I think that she's originally from DC. She now resides in Clayton, North Carolina. And I want her to also, when she comes on, just kind of putting this plug in here to talk about that land that we was talking about earlier, about how important it is to own your land and not sell it. And so she has a lot of knowledge about that as well. She's just not finding her career in achieving professional services, but it's also about discovering who you are and connecting, with yourself in personal and professional life. I want to bring on my friend, let her give more information about herself, Miss Jocelyn McElderry. Bring her on, please.
Hi.
Hi, hey, girl. Oh, and I forgot to say this. She's on many podcasts. She's going to have her own podcast that's coming out pretty soon. We are claiming that. And it is called Girl, Get Your Life.
I like the way you say that, Coco. You say it like I meant it.
Yeah, that's how we have to say it sometimes. Girl, get your life. That's what it's all about. Also, she is like co-hosting a podcast, the CEO, and I've been on it several times. Miss Kimberly, another amazing woman of God. So you guys have to make sure you tune in. So Jocelyn, thank you so much for coming on the show tonight.
Thank you for having me. This is absolutely amazing. You know I love you, right?
Yes.
I love to hear you sing all the things. I love all the things that you do. But it is such a pleasure to come on the show just to share some things. And I love the way you're using your platform to help others.
That's what it's all about. And and I see the same connection there when you on the CEO, podcast as well, the different people that y'all bring on to speak, just giving them that opportunity. And I really believe that that's what it's about, sharing our testimony, sharing our journey, because like as you said earlier, you said, we was backstage, you said, I'm old school too, and a lot of times growing up, or coming up in the entertainment field, we didn't have this opportunity unless you was in a certain clique. Okay. Or, you had to pay for it. This is a free base where you come on and share the information. And, somebody just asked, when are you bringing your show to Pod TV? You haven't even started talking yet. I love it. But this is the tool here that we didn't have growing up. So I want to make sure, and I think we all do want to give, just give people opportunity that don't give an opportunity, so you, with what you're doing, Jocelyn, tell us a little about, I know I kind of read your bio, but tell us about you growing up, in DC, coming here to Raleigh, Clayton, and then just tell us how important it is that it is to sharing information.
Well, I was actually born in Washington, D.C. And when I was 5, my dad came back to help his father on the farm because my granddad got sick. So I came back, been in Clayton ever since. The furthest I've got away from here to live is Garner. But I love to travel, so I've traveled all over the place, okay? But where I live right now is family land. My dad actually gave me the land to build my house. And one of the things that I've noticed, and it's gotten worse over the years, is how people don't hold on to the land.
Yeah.
They will, as soon as they get it, they see dollar signs and they sell it.
Yeah.
Not realizing that if you got a piece of dirt, that's what they told me, the old folks. You got some dirt.
She said old folks.
The old folk told me, if you got some dirt, you can get anything else that you need.
Yeah.
When you own the land, you can get anything else that you need. And so I think it's important to go back to holding on. You inherited it. It didn't cost you nothing. So why not hold on to it? Why not position yourself even better? Because nowadays the credit is messed up early. A lot of times credit get messed up before they ever get to be adults. If they got you got some family members that can get your social Next thing you know, you got credit in somebody else's name.
At 9 years old.
Okay, at 9, you got a credit score of 700. You ain't bought nothing. Okay. But it's important that we keep what we have. You know, we talk about legacy. People talk about legacy all the time, but you can't have legacy if you let everything run through your hands.
That's right.
You got to hold on. You got to hold on to those things that'll help you down the road. It's important. But I don't think we were really taught the importance. But I'm just one of those kind of folk. I believe in holding on to it as long as you can hold on to it and leaving it to the next generation. The thing that is so awesome is my daughter is from 2 sets of families of landowners.
Wow.
So she understands the thing of owning your own.
Yes.
You know, she tried apartment living for about 5 minutes. Somebody stole her package and she was like, I got to find me a house. This is not working for me. Right. I'm done with this. My package missing. You know, I love it. So it's important that we remind our children of what they received freely.
That's right. Wow. James, thank you, James Skinner. I'm glad you said you almost forgot. I'm glad you're here. Right. James Skinner is here. Tevin Walker. Thank you guys so much for joining. So Jocelyn, tell me about the connection specialist. I know that you worked in healthcare professions and different things, but let's talk about some of the things that you're doing.
Oh my goodness. The name, God actually gave me the name. Okay. I wasn't sure what I was going to name it. But one of the things I learned early on was people would come to me for everything. And they would come to me they say, well, you know, so-and-so, can you connect me to them? Sure, I can. You know, so ultimately, that's what started happening. Yeah. I've been accused of knowing everybody. That's the accusation. I'm going to continue to call it an accusation.
That's right.
They accused me of knowing everybody. And what I realized was there were so many things in that when he gave it to me. You can connect people to people. You can connect people to themselves.
That's right.
You connect people to their children. Wow. So connections are vital. God created us to be relational beings. Yes. And unfortunately, too many of us try to live life in a silo.
Ooh, come on now.
The thing about that is the enemy desires for us to live in a silo because that way he has the ability to beat us up because we're not among the believers.
Right.
So what happens is that he beats us up. We never come into the full knowledge of who we are or who we can be because we've allowed ourselves to be isolated.
Wow. That's good right there.
Yeah,
that's good. And you said something about you saying making that connection with yourself. Because sometimes, a lot of times we don't even know who we are. And, you know, it's like, well, what am I on this earth to do? And what am I supposed to be doing? So when you making these connections, when you counseling and talking to people about that, you know, connecting with themselves, what are some of the things that you're seeing or some of the challenges that you're seeing in people with just losing that connection?
Look, when you lose the connection to who you are, you allow other people to call you who you are.
Ooh.
Now, when other people tell you who you are, it's not necessarily a good thing.
Right.
Because it's based on how they feel about you. It's based on how they see you. It's based on possibly how you treat them or how you don't treat them. All of those, when you allow other people to tell you who you are in a bad place because people, we have come to believe and notice that people are fickle nowadays.
Very. That's the word right there. Fickle.
Right. And if you don't know who you are, they will mess your life up. So you need to know who you are.
That's
now,
right.
I think when you bring it back to midlife women, which is for me, women over 50, what happens is they may have had a baby early.
Yeah.
They got married early or young. They had relationships early that nobody taught them how to have.
Right.
They don't know how to value themselves, so they end up in these relationships with people that they probably should have left beside the road. And we got all of that going
Right.
on.
Right.
So what I do with them is to help them get their oomph back. Let's connect with you again. What
Yeah.
was something that you had in your heart that you wanted to do? What was something that you were passionate about before you had them kids, before you married that guy?
Yes.
Because now your life has become being somebody's wife and somebody's mama.
That's right.
And
That's
if you
right.
ask a woman, who are you? The first thing she'll say is, well, I'm a mother, I'm a
Yeah.
wife. No, that's what you do.
Come on now, Jocelyn.
That's not who you are.
That's what you do.
That's what you do. I'm a nurse. I'm a teacher. No, baby, that's what you do. That's an occupation.
Right.
That's not who you are.
Right.
That's not who you are at your core.
Oh, that's deep.
Because what we do is we assume the identity of what we do
Yeah.
instead of remembering who we are.
Wow.
We hear people and we all go around quoting, I am fearfully and wonderfully made. What does that mean to you?
Right. Right. Right.
I'm made in God's image. What does that mean?
Right.
He was the greatest creator ever.
Right.
Can you say that about yourself? Because you're made in his image.
Mm.
So you are able to create as well.
That's right.
So what are you going to create? You have creative genes. Because we're made in his image. He created all of us and the world.
Yes. That's right.
So you're able to create as well. What is something that you were passionate about doing?
Yeah.
That you put on the back burner because you had kids or you married your man.
Ooh.
I also help women when they have that transition of their children go off to college, the nest gets empty.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't even know him anymore and I don't even like him because all we talked about was the kids.
With the kids.
Now the kids are gone. What we doing?
She said, wait a minute, Jocelyn. She said, I don't even like him anymore.
I don't even like him anymore. We don't even have decent conversations because all we talked about were the kids.
Kids. Right. Right.
Okay. So now we got to rebuild and I got to know who I am so I can go on with my life.
Yeah.
Because the kids are getting ready to go head on now.
Right.
Know this.
Right.
When they go to college, half the time they don't come back. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. You need to be okay with
it. Right. 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 Not following them, going up there. Well, I'm gonna move up there with you. And
I'm gonna move, girl. I told one lady, I said, you better not move not a stick of furniture. Not a stick.
Not a stick.
Let that baby go. You have placed the best parts of you into your children. We all do it. We have given them more than we ever thought we could.
Yes.
They got to get out of the nest.
They got out of the nest. Let them fly.
Now, be there to support them should something happen.
Yeah.
But let them use those tools that you gave them.
Yeah.
I have a daughter. She is 39 years old. She found out more about AAA than I ever knew. When she went to college, I didn't have to worry about it. Her and a tow truck driver were on first name basis.
It's not funny. It's just the way you say it.
Listen, this guy and her got on such good that he said, go to class. I'll get your keys out the car. I don't want you to miss class. Go to class. I got you.
Oh my God.
But it was a skill that I instilled in her, but I didn't realize how strong it really was. Now, she was the only child. So I gave her the best that I had. And what more can you ask for? You can't ask for any more than that.
That's right. That's right.
And she made me proud, girl. At my birthday party, she worked the room. She put me in my outfit. She got me out my outfit. She was the bomb. And I'm like, God, I thank you. Because too often we don't realize that they're paying attention to us.
They are.
And when we operate in the strength that we've been given, They operate in
That's
their
right. That's right.
yeah.
That's
So it's
right.
important
It's
that we let
important.
them fly. She
Yeah.
decided to move all the way to Houston, Texas.
Wow.
I
So
thought
she,
I thought we were gonna have to take her daddy to the hospital. I, on the other hand, was excited because that's one more place for me to go.
right, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I can go to Houston
That's the
anytime.
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 And that's why you have to let them fly so you can travel and get to do
Right.
other things instead of,
Right.
oh my God, that's good right there,
Yeah.
Jocelyn. Kimberly said something that was really good. Kimberly is
Yeah.
on.
Hey, Kim.
Oh yeah, I love it. We got to have her on the show too.
That's
That
right.
girl. And so, Jocelyn, you know she can sing, right?
Yeah, she can sing.
Okay. I just want to throw that plug
Look,
in there,
she can
Kimberly.
sing. I think a lot of us can sing, but we keep it on the low low.
Yeah. But her voice is amazing, and she's
It
doing
is.
wonderful, some amazing work. But she
Yeah.
said something about identity crisis because I think that's a lot of times what we face and
That's
don't
right.
know who we are, or we doing things, going in the same circle. I told this girl the other day, she was asking me some advice about the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Right, about this guy, I'm talking to this guy, and and this and this. I said, wait a minute, didn't you talk to me last month about the same thing, different guy? Well, yeah. Okay, so if you don't get it right, and if you haven't learned from the first one, you're gonna keep going around in this circle. It's gonna be the same thing, different guy. So you are gonna have to find out, figure it out yourself and find out who you are. Why you blame it on the guys, because evidently you making a mistake somewhere because you keep going to the same sheet and it's got a different cover on it.
Listen, I call that you doing the same thing over and over, but you expect a different result. It's called oxymoron. And you the common denominator.
She said,
if you're the common denominator, so it can't always be them.
Yeah.
I told a friend of mine, I said, your picker is broken.
Ooh.
I need you to go sit down, fix your picker. As a matter of fact, just sit down and don't pick nothing.
Right.
Work on you.
Right.
Get you together. And guess what? You'll attract the right thing.
Yes. Oh, somebody need to put that in the chat. That's good right there. When you get yourself together, you attract the right thing. Yeah. And you know what a lot of that comes from, Jocelyn? The first thing who you need to connect with?
You and God. God first.
Okay.
And then he'll show you who you are. Good and bad.
Good and bad.
Good and bad. Sometimes I'm like, you talk about me? Okay, then. That was me.
Yeah.
That was me. And it's important.
Yeah.
I think we've gotten away from that as well, but you got to think about it from this perspective. We have so many people now that are not exposed to the faith.
Mm-hmm.
They're exposed to everything else, but they're not exposed to the Christian faith. Now, everybody else has got their stuff on fleek or whatever word they're using now. And we hiding in the background acting like we can't say Jesus.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Everybody else came out the closet and we went in, evidently. I love that. I don't understand. I do not understand how sometimes we are the quietest group.
Yes.
Ain't none
as
quiet.
believers.
Yeah.
Right.
We're his hands and feet extended. What you doing with them?
Sitting there.
And then you got the other side where you have made it so difficult and hard that they don't want what you have.
Right.
Or you're not nice. Or you're not kind. And your face is always balled up.
Yes.
That's not attractive. That's not attractive.
It's not.
Right.
At all.
So why would someone want what you have?
Wow. So when you think about that, and you know, and we can say this, Jocelyn, yeah, we old school, we the 50 and up club, because
That
we've seen some things. We've seen some
right.
things. We've been through some things. But what about these young girls that social media, the TV is what they think is real, and they're trying to be like them, and they just figure that's the best option. If I need to be like such and such in order to achieve or in order to be successful, what do we say to young girls like that?
Well, my motto is I can only be me because
Mm,
everybody else is taken.
wow.
I can only be me.
Ooh,
So what I'd like for you to do is become the best version of you.
yes.
And I think what happens, and this is what I know for sure happens because I've been there.
Yes.
We don't have the self-esteem that we need to have
Mm-hmm.
so that we can raise them
Ooh, that's
to
good.
have great self-esteem.
That's good. That's
You
good.
have to have people in your corner, in your circle that have a reciprocal relationship with you,
Yes.
meaning they give, you give.
Right.
Together, we come back together and
Right.
have good conversations. You need someone in your life that can correct you.
Yes. 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 Oh, I
You
love
need
that, Jacqueline.
Yeah, you need somebody in your life
Yeah.
that can say to you, baby, you need a slip and a shaper.
Oh, okay.
Shape
Not
and
to
slip
slip.
and a shaper. That's a thing for
Did she
me.
say shaper? She said,
Uh-huh. A
I
slip
told you we keep it
and a
real on this
shaper.
show, y'all.
And it's not just because I want you to hide. It's because the clothing is no longer being made the quality that it was back
Before
in
the
our
day.
time
That's
before.
right. That's right.
The clothing is not being made with lining like it used to. They're
Right.
making it thinner, it's cheaper.
Yep.
There are so many things that we, like Jacqueline talked about the tightest two women. We got to
Yeah.
get back to that. We got to help
Yes.
them. I'm not going to talk about you if I can't help you.
Exactly.
I'm not just going
Exactly.
to talk about you. I look at how they're shaped.
Hmm.
They're shaped like grown women when they in middle school.
Yes.
So that means that I need to start in middle school,
Hmm.
having
Hmm.
conversations about
That's right.
undergarments.
That's right.
There are grown women that don't realize that you need to be fitted for a bra.
That's right.
Fitted.
Fit
And
it.
anytime you lose weight, gain weight,
Yep.
you need to be refitted.
That's right.
When I told someone that, she was amazed. And it was in October. It was in October during one of the breast cancer months. And I
Oh,
was saying, Waco is doing fittings free at Belks and Dillard's this month.
wow.
Let's go get fitted.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go get fitted. Let's see what size you actually wear.
Right. Right.
It is so important that we get back to helping. And like I said, if I can't help you, I'm not talking about you.
There we go.
I'm gonna help you because
I'm
I'll
gonna help
take
you.
I'll take you to the bra patch if that's what it takes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'll take you to the Belks and we're gonna find us a good shaper.
Right.
Even if
Right.
you don't wear a slip, a good shaper will help. But I had a lady tell me, she said, Jocelyn, she said, a slip helps your clothes slide better.
Right.
I said, I hadn't
Right.
thought about it like that.
Oh
You're like,
man.
there are just some things that we as a people have got to get back to.
We
Don't
got to
talk
get back
about the
to
babies.
right.
Figure out how we can help them.
That's
They may not
it.
have someone at home that can help them. Let's help them.
Let's
Don't
help
just
them.
run them down. I love the millennials. Girl,
Mhm.
they can flat out do some tech for you so fast.
Okay.
You make them wait, girl. Go back. I didn't even see what you did. They can help us. Even a 3-year-old can find YouTube on the phone.
Okay. And some of them have helped me. A 5-year-old had to
Okay.
help me in the train station find something. She would just swipe. So I was like, oh my God.
But there's also detriment to that.
Yeah.
Because they spend so much time in front of these devices that they believe it's real. But I mean, what choice do you have? That's all you see.
That's all they see.
You see the babies now. We used to play with them and sing the Itsy Bitsy Spider and all of those things. Now they just hand them the telephone to entertain them. So when you think about it from that perspective, that's one of the reasons that things are changing like they are. And we had to go outside, Coco.
Okay.
And you didn't come back till somebody called you.
Right. Today, these kids ain't going outside.
They're not going out there because we've allowed devices to start raising our babies.
Yes.
You know, I spent time with mine. I didn't have but one, but reading was what we did. We didn't watch TV.
Yeah.
I would be tired as I don't know what, but we would read that book.
Oh my goodness.
We would read. And
wow,
we didn't do
this is good. This is good right here.
I didn't do a whole lot of television. I don't do a whole lot of television even now because there's always something to read. I finally told somebody, I said, well, I don't have nothing to read. Read your Bible then. Read your Bible.
Get off that Facebook and read the holy book.
Read your Bible so you can rightly divide the word for somebody.
That's right.
You can help somebody on your job or in your class or whatever. There's always something to read. Right. You know, we used to have the Encyclopedia Britannica that our parents paid for 100 years.
I ain't seen that in a minute.
Okay. 100, they paid for it 100 years, girl. But that's how we did our reports. That's how we did the things that we needed. Go to the library. There's still libraries in our neighborhood.
Yes.
And they have electronic books that you can check out electronically.
Yes.
These are the things that we've gotten away from doing.
Yeah.
And if we don't get back to some of those things, we can't expect them to get it right.
Oh my goodness. That's good right there. And Frank Jordan, if you want to put that comment back in there, I was reading some of it. You have made 2 outstanding comments there. Frank Jordan is a historian, very educated, very smart. He came on the show and talked about our Black history, what we're missing, things that we don't know about. And I love just the way that he's trying to get it back into schools and the things that we don't know.
Right.
Even about the CDC and passing the money, how the money do not stay in our community anymore.
Right.
Gina and I was talking about that the other day.
Right.
Things like this is we need to get back to.
Right.
The Bible is the ultimate teacher of morals, integrity, class, spiritual intelligence.
Absolutely.
Exactly right. Yeah.
And business. There were business people in the Bible.
That part.
Even business. This is the thing that I have found to be so amazing. There are people that are non-believers, that are millionaires, that apply Christian principles, but they're not Christian.
That's right.
So what we doing? What we doing? I'm just. What we doing?
You sound just like my eyes. Like, well, what we doing? And you know what? It's people like you and some of the other guests that I've had on the show. The reason why I bring you guys on here to remind even us, let's get back to those good old days, like the Gerald verse, the good old days, and how we used to do the basics.
You know what? Our parents didn't get it all right, but they didn't get it all wrong either.
That's right. That's right.
You know, I even tell people about church. You need it all. You need it all. We needed the number 1 choir and the number 2 choir and the usher board, and we needed all of that to get to here, so that we could understand better. Understand better. You know, I think about the things that my grandmother said and my aunties and all of them, and I realize now what they meant. I realized how important having them were. When we started having babies younger, our grandparents got younger.
Yeah.
and it changed
It,
the entire trajectory of us.
yes.
Back in the day, you went to Big Mama's house. And when you went to Big Mama's house, you went to vacation Bible school.
Right, right,
And we
right.
went during the day.
Yeah, yeah.
I
They
look
don't.
forward to go get them cookies and punch. I like it. And learn a new song. And
And
I mean,
it taught us things. It taught us,
right.
to be respectful. I hear kids when their parents call them, huh? What?
What?
No. You, you be
And
getting up
that's
the
the
floor.
thing. We have allowed the government to get involved in our households.
Yeah.
And now our children dare us to discipline them for fear that we'll be reported. I
Wow.
told my daughter, report me. Okay. But when they come, they need to bring a sheet to wrap you in because you're not taking my clothes. I bought them. They're going to stay here with me.
Oh my God.
Don't let them people at that school mess your life up.
Right. Right.
Okay.
Right.
And the sad part is that we've got people on both hands. You got people that are afraid to discipline, and then you got those people that just did too much. They just went too far.
Too far.
And we have got to find the middle. Oh, listen, the ice cream with the wooden spoon that really wasn't a spoon because it didn't have no curve or nothing.
Right.
You had to keep your ice cream on there, or it might slide off.
It might slide off.
Right, it might slide off.
Oh my
But
God.
our kids don't know anything about that because
Right.
as the mothers got younger, the grandmothers got younger.
Mhm.
The grandmothers were still working.
Yes.
They weren't home like Big Mom and them. I
Yeah.
remember the days of barn and tobacco.
Wow.
I remember the days of hog killings.
Mm.
I remember those days, but that was real meat.
That-
Because back in those days, y'all, the hogs ate what we ate. Because what happened was after the meal was over,
Yeah.
they had a 5-gallon bucket on the back porch or
Sure.
in the shed right near the door, and they
Mhm.
put all the scraps in there.
In there.
And
Yep.
that's what they fed to the hogs.
That's right.
Now you don't know what these hogs are getting. Our children are looking like Amazons because we don't know what McDonald's putting in their burgers. I mean, our babies are huge.
It's true. It is. It's so true.
Because we don't know what they're putting in the fast food. We don't know what they're putting in the meat. We
Right.
know that they're giving the animals steroids so that they can grow faster, get bigger, and
Right.
be harvested sooner. Now they're talking about creating meat.
Great.
Baby, I'm about to be a vegan. Because I don't do created meat.
No create, no be. What does that mean?
Okay, they're going to use some vat to create meat in.
Oh,
Are you kidding me?
No.
I already got to the point that if a chicken breast is too big, I can't eat it.
Right.
Because
Right.
it look like it belonged to a turkey. It don't look like it belonged to a chicken. I'm like, what the what?
I don't understand. And then they're making these things. They're making, and another thing that Frank had talked about was these dyes that they're putting in everything. The dyes of different colors, and they're making it so commercial and so fascinated with. That's what the kids and the young folks they want to eat because it looks so delicious. But what is that, and how is it affecting your body in the long run?
It is horrible for us. It is horrible. We had a whole discussion one day about M&Ms and how we only eat the brown ones. Why the M&M red? Why is it's just so much. But I think that's the reason that so many of our children have ADHD, ADD, and LMNOP, all that. Because of all the things that they're putting into the food.
Yeah.
And, we've gotten away from cooking.
Yes.
We feed them. They know McDonald's before they are 9 months old. They can almost look at the arches and see that that's McDonald's.
Right. Right.
because we made it a lifestyle. We're always on the go, we're always on the move, and we're not cooking anymore.
Not cooking
If you
anymore.
think about it and remember, we cooked back in the day. They cooked.
Okay. Okay.
And a
Every
girl
day.
learned how to cook.
Yes.
And we
Yes.
didn't have half of the health challenges that we have now
No.
because the food was from back here in the backyard. The chickens were walking around outside
Sure
in the
was.
yard.
And
And
you
we
would go
were
out in
running
the
from it.
field and pick the butter beans and the peas
And the peas.
and all that. Yeah. Yeah.
I do farm boxes right now.
You-
There are local farms that you can purchase produce boxes from.
Okay.
They're all over. It's not just here. They're everywhere. They're still doing farming. They're still doing things. They do minimal pesticides, if any, just
Wow.
enough to save, the crops.
The
Like
crops.
last year, we had a bumper crop of purple hull peas. You ask somebody about some purple hull peas today. Another lady I was telling, I said, girl, I got to go get me some of those purple hull peas. She said, what is that? And I said, peas, there are multiple types of peas.
Right. Right.
Yeah. And I go get me a bunch of them, a bushel of them, and sit down and shell them. Just
Wait
like
a minute. She said a bushel of them. I ain't heard that. Oh my God.
Girl, I go get me a bushel of them purple hull peas, sit down and shell them. Then I'll cook them and freeze them.
Yeah.
Shucking corn.
Jacqueline says shucking corn. Okay.
Yeah, girl, shucking corn.
I used to hate doing that, but my grandmother made us do it and
Look,
picking those beans.
Them silks you scratched all day because the silks from the corn got on you. You were scratching all day. But it was a time, the butter beans, shelling butter beans. When they bought butter beans, everybody got a pan.
Everybody.
They had dish pans, metal dish pans.
Yep.
And everybody had a pan, and we shelled till we got tired. And I would start throwing my ones that weren't shelled in my cousin's bucket. I was tired. My thumb was hurting.
My thumb was hurting. My grandmother used to say, Grandma, we tired. You want to eat?
That right there. And it was good for us.
Yeah.
And we've missed all of that because it's no longer, local farms are no longer too often because they can't make any money farming.
Right.
It's got to be so that they can at least exist and survive, which is how they came up with doing the boxes.
Yeah.
And I think that was a good thing because I meet people from all over. When I go to pick up my box, I meet people that have moved here from New Jersey, moved here from Philly. They are buying those boxes because they're not used to fresh produce.
Yes.
And we've got to get fresh produce back into our neighborhoods because that's the thing that'll save our health.
And you can tell the difference.
We have so much diabetes, high blood pressure, heart disease, all because of us eating now. And a lot of times, so many of our people are below the poverty line. They just have to get what they can get and get a lot of it that goes further. But the thing, I told someone, I said, our grandparents had 12 and 13 kids.
Yes.
And they managed. And did well.
Oh, man.
So what are we missing now? We have better jobs. We have better resources.
Yeah.
So what's so different now? And you ain't got but 3 kids. And every time I see them, they run around with no shoes on. I asked one little boy, do you have some shoes? He said, yes, ma'am. He said, I just don't like to wear them.
See? We had to we couldn't say that. We had to put on our shoes because when my grandmother used to say, you don't wear your shoes, your feet gonna get bigger. I mean, it was little things that they would say that would scare us.
You can't drink coffee because it'll make you black.
It'll make you black.
I mean, it was just, they were things. But on the flip side, we also heard them say, if it's the Lord's will.
Yes.
For years, I didn't know that was in the Bible.
Yeah.
I told a friend of mine, I don't know how it was because my grandma was mean. She actually read the Bible. When? When did you read it? But
Yeah,
still got some foundation.
that's right.
Family was important.
Right.
Family meals were important.
Unimportant.
We got together on
Yeah,
Sunday mornings. Everybody came before church, and you
that's
had to
right.
go around the table and say a Bible verse.
That's right.
I can remember getting mad because I was the little one, and my sister would say, Jesus wept before I did. Now I didn't have one. I didn't know no Bible verses. I don't do that. And she took it. I was pitiful. So, but it was togetherness. We came
Yeah,
together, we had
yeah,
breakfast together, and then
yeah.
then we went to church.
We went to church,
We're no
and
longer happy. Yeah, we're no
and
longer
that's
doing
not happening anymore. Right. Teresa Crudup, Gene Johnson, New Jersey in the house. Thank you so much
that.
for watching. You
Hey,
said something about church. Now, and we don't have much time, but I remember
okay.
when we were small, you went out, did whatever you want to do. Sunday morning, you going to church. I'm seeing kids these days when their parents ask them to come to church, close my door, get out my room. I'm not going to church. Could you do that in your household, Jocelyn?
No, ma'am. That wasn't an option. Church wasn't optional.
Right.
You didn't get a chance to say I'm not. And when my daughter came along, and she talking about close my door and all of that stuff, I used to tell her, and she said she hated it. She hated this. I would say, "This my room. I just let you use it."
That's right.
I mean, that was not an option. But if you notice, there are a lot of other things that have become optional as well. I can
Right.
remember I have a grandson, and he's 20. And I can remember when he was in school, they would say, he is so polite and he is so mannerable. I said, but can the boy read? Can he read? You're talking about things that he's supposed to be. I'm not impressed with that. We taught him to do that.
That's right. And
I
you
couldn't
know,
resist
it,
butting in and everything. Y'all still got an extra minute, and I'll let y'all go over it, particularly if the conversation is going well. And Coco, by the way, I was just talking about you because I was talking to a friend of mine, Annette, who used to work for Parks and Rec, and they were talking about some of the things that are going on in the cultural lane and how they are trying to have a book that will talk about the various artists and the various musicians and doing the artists
Right.
working together. So I had mentioned some of the things that you have mentioned on this show and how that would be a wonderful thing for us to have these
Yeah.
communications. So I was literally talking as I was producing y'all show with Annette Smith, and she was very much interested in that idea and finding ways that we can work together. Because like I said, she is now part of a group that is
Collaboration.
doing that and all along
yep,
those lanes, but she is formerly with Parks and Rec, but it's trying to find ways that we can communicate. And I was joking. I
Together.
was saying, hey,
Yeah.
wouldn't it be something if we saw Coco McMillan performing with John Howie and all along those lines? John Howie being a well-known country singer here in the area, and some of
Yeah.
the
yeah,
other hodgepodges that could be unusual hodgepodges that might be fun for people to hear from both communities. So like maybe even a Shirley Caesar with a megaphone or something along those lines. So that could be really interesting and really fun. See, even Jacqueline said she might come to something like that because she knows you, and then she would want to see the other people that of music that she doesn't know and all
Mhm.
in that kind of space. But the reason I jumped into the conversation, and Jocelyn, you will love this as well, is I do remember, and I'm not saying that I am the most church going person in the world. I'd be lying if I told you that I went regularly, but I do remember growing up that there was those lovely homecomings that took place, and definitely of
Yes.
that nature where folks would come from all over. And I'm not talking about the home going, which is like a funeral. I'm talking about
No.
the homecoming service,
No.
which
homecoming.
folks would come
Yeah,
around. It was almost like a church, not just a church revival, but it was also a church opportunity. There was all kinds of great food that people would bring. They'd bring in their potato salad, their chicken tenders,
Yeah.
and all of that.
Yeah.
And I loved going to that at the church that is still our family church, which is Pine
Right.
Chapel up there in Hollister. And the other thing that I was thinking about as y'all was
Oh, the
talking
big
was
city of
there was
Hollister.
a nightclub that was literally there in Halifax County, which is where Hollister is. And I
Yeah.
remember decades ago, this is probably when I was a young man in maybe either my high school years or my 20s, that there was the revival that was taking place literally across from the nightclub. So that was really
That
fun.
right
Going
there.
like so
That
as
right there.
people were walking into the nightclub, the revival people were, of course, were preaching to the people going into the nightclub.
Right.
So it was really kind of interesting. And I'm sure even in Clayton, you saw that where there might be
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
revival and then the
One of our
nightclub
favorite
across
clubs
the
was
street.
right beside the church.
Uh-huh.
That's what they have. We used to have the same thing. And don't
That
dare
homecoming,
try to go to
man.
that club if before you go to the church. No, you go into that church house. And that's what I think is so important with
That's
some of
right.
these things. If we can get back to that, or at least
That's right.
explain to them how important it is
That's
to
right.
help them with their future, or to help them with some of the
Right.
decisions that they make for the future.
Right. I think that's important and it's vital because
Yeah.
I tell you, this latest situation, as a friend of mine was saying, is about to take us all the way back to prohibition. I mean, they already
That part.
don't look for us when we're missing, and you
Right.
playing games, ma'am.
Right.
Yep, that's true. They're playing those games, and they don't, like I said, they might be trying to get us back to those prohibition
Do you
eras
hear?
and everything like that.
Listen,
Where there's a
they
couple other things.
already. It takes
Yeah.
them much longer to look for us.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. If they're
And that-
looking.
Right. But we gotta do better.
We got to do better.
Stop
We got to do it. That's
Yeah.
that's a whole nother show. We can jump
A
on that.
whole nother show. We ain't got time for all that.
Speaking of which, I was going to just mention a couple of names. I did not get a chance to put them
Yes.
just to share with you, but there were folks who were watching. I know that sometimes Kim will put it in there for you as well, but you did mention some of them. But just to let you know, Coco, Darlene Murphy gave you a like. Sean Venable
Yeah.
was also here giving you some comments and some love, as did Teresa Mann Crudup, as did Rosalind Ricketts has been watching. Rena Majo has been watching. I did put up Kimberly Hines Windboard's comments, and of course those of Tevin Walker and some of the others. So a lot of folks have been watching the show and really enjoying the comments and what they are learning from both you and your guests on today, Miss Jocelyn. And by the way, I knew that you would be on fire. I had already picked up that energy from you before, and I do pick up energy on a regular basis. So before we get to the video that will be our closing that Coco gave me in her closeout, which she always does that great closeout with that great quote that she gives and everything. But before we get to that, I was quite serious. And as Coco knows, I am the de facto program director for the Pod TV network. So if you want to bring any of your programming, including your YouTubes and other things, over to the network, I will have no problem with that happening, as one that creates a lot of the content and has a lot of those conversations. So if you want to bring it into another platform, do know that the opportunity is there, and we can definitely talk about it and make that happen. So definitely, I was enjoying your comments and love bringing positive comments, because as Coco knows, I'm a big fan of hers as a producer of this show, and I also do some shows of my own and everything on Mondays and Wednesdays, and also have other friends like Barbara Smith, Sharon Campbell, and a number of others that have shows on the network. So
what he said, Jocelyn, is
church
what he
conversations
said,
to
to say all that
conversations
stuff.
around
He's still talking.
wellness to a number of other issues. So if you want to bring some content over, I would love to have your content and share it with our global audience.
So Jocelyn, thank you, Bart. Thank you so much. So Jocelyn, what he said is make sure you contact him after the show. Make sure you contact so you can get a part of this Pod TV, because listen, the conversation that we were doing tonight was so much needed. I didn't even know that we were going to go there. I didn't even know, but it was so much needed. And I think you would be a great addition to the Pod TV, just talking about this. And I love your spirit, just what you bring. You remind me so much of my family. Jean Johnson is on here. She could tell you, remind me so much, but you keep it real. And that's what we need for our young folks today, or even some of us that's still in our 50 and up club. I mean, like you said, the connection, finding ourselves, so many things that you said tonight. Finding ourselves, having that connection is so important.
Coco, I'm sorry I had to mess with you, because I had to teach you just really quickly, because you are so right. My brother actually works with at-risk youth, and not sometimes I hate that term because what are they at risk from and how are they at risk? And I
Right.
sometimes think that we
Right.
paint them
Right.
into a corner. But you are right, there are some 50s and 60s and even 70-year-olds that are walking around with their pants hanging down and doing other things that the young kids are doing. And so, yeah, there are some folks in that club that I am part of, and that I know that both you and Jocelyn are part of as well, that we got to put them in check. But sometimes we're afraid to even call them out, because if you call them out, you're afraid that they might be carrying something on
That's
them
right.
and it could
That's
escalate.
right.
So I do know some people are afraid to even have those conversations because they don't know where the
Right.
conversation
Right.
may lead.
Right. Right.
That's right.
So that's a good thing. So, but I know we have to go, Jocelyn. I do have another one, but listen. Thank you so much. Can you tell the folks? I know we have the information right here at the bottom of the screen, but can you tell us how we can connect with you? I know people are gonna be jumping in your inbox like tomorrow, like, girl, get your life.
Okay, all that right there, all that. I am on Facebook as Jocelyn T. McElderry, or on my personal page is Jocelyn T. Hood McElderry. Also, I have the Connection Specialist page. I also have a group called the Connection Place, that where we come in and have some conversations about some things. I also am on Instagram, Jocelyn T. McElderry. It is JT McElderry on Twitter. I'm on LinkedIn, Jocelyn T. McElderry. Everywhere I am, I'm the only me I got, and that's the only thing I'm good at, because everybody else is taken. I know me. That's all I know. That's all I got. On TikTok, the Connection Specialist 1 and Jocelyn McElderry. That's still me.
That's you. Oh my God. I love it. So please, guys, make sure you reach out to her, especially, the connection. You want to find yourself, find out who you are, figure out how to do it. And, we got to be able to take, because it's constructive criticism, or just helping the sister out, helping the brother out. It is not trying to tear you down.
That's right.
I truly believe in building each other up. When you win, I win. You understand? So we can grow together as a community. So let us help you, get to where you need to get to, or what be where you want to be. So make sure that you reach out to the one and only that has the experience. Don't be going over there to Ray that haven't done anything. Go to the Connection Specialist. You understand? And get your information. So again, thank you so much, Jocelyn.
Thank
We're going to
so
be
much
going
for
back
having me.
a part 2 on this. We got to pick up this conversation. So
that's right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for having
me. You are certainly welcome.
I appreciate you too.
Smooches. Well, guys, this has been a phenomenal show. Thank you so much, everyone, for your comments, everyone that joined. Teresa Crud up in the house. That's my peeps from Franklinton, North Carolina. All you guys, Jacqueline, Frank, everyone, Robin, thank you so much for your comments. And as I said earlier in the show, my friends that's out there, you out there that's watching, I need you to do me a favor tonight. By tomorrow, I'm supporting, and with a young lady, Terrellyn Harris, 16 years old, that's going to the Apollo. She won 2 rounds. She's on her 3rd round. We need your support tonight. I'm asking for 50 of my friends out there, and share this broadcast. And actually, Coco needs your help. We need you to send $20. That's all we asking for. $20 to help send her on this trip, because it is costly, it's expensive, but she's representing our area, North Carolina, Fayetteville, North Carolina. I mean, when I say she's representing. And I told her mom earlier, she's going to be setting a trend for young ladies today at the age of 16, because the way she speaks, the way she sings, the way she connects with God, love the Lord, the way she dressed. We need to get back to that. We don't have to show all this and all of that. We just need to be ourselves. Let God use you, because when you open your mouth, he's going to speak and sing through you. So that's what I love about her ministry and what she's doing. So 50 of my friends, send $20. The information is in the chat. Just send it to $ Terrellyn Harris. Again, it's in the chat. Terrellyn Harris. If you don't use Cash App, you have another way of sending it. Inbox me or inbox Rosalind Ricketts. We can give you more information of how to send the money. $20. That's what I'm asking for. I please, thank you. There it is. It just popped up there. Cash App, Carolyn Harris. So please do that for me. Again, I want to say to my pastor, Pastor Melvin Jackson, First Lady Jackson, shout out to you guys, ASAL Community Church, Pastor Johnson, my Mitchell's Grove family, everyone out there. Thank you guys again for watching. Trust in the Lord. Trust in the Lord. Kimberly, I love you, girl. Thank you. Trust in the Lord with all thy heart. Lean not to thy own understanding, but in all thy ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. Keep God first in everything you do. Trust the process in your life. He has some work for you. What's made for you is for you. Nobody can take that away from you. So when you find yourself and know yourself and trust in God and connect with him, everything else, like Frank Jordan said, will fall in place. Okay, so we're going to see you next week. I want to leave you with this song tonight. It's one of my good friends that come in the train station very frequently. His name is William Hayden. This song that he's wrote, it just came out. I want y'all to check it out, listen to it. He wrote this song, is sharing his heartaches in his life. The songwriting has been a cathartic and healing process for him. It's helped him heal, it's given him closure, and he hopes that his songs resonate to people, to let them know that they're not alone on this world, on the space of the earth, on this road. He has other albums out that's called Times 7, but this particular song he wrote dearly for a friend called Stay. His name is William Hayden. Shout out to you, William. I want you to check out this song. God bless you tonight. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place. We love you. Thanks.
I've been talking to the wall, trying to find the words to say. You don't talk to me at all. Something's taking you away. Don't leave me here alone. Don't you take my heart away. In my arms you made our home. I have no words to make you stay. But if you could only hear my heart and all it has to say, you'd stay. All those summer nights and all the promises we made, like the June bugs in July.